The rain pounded against the car windows as I struggled to catch my breath. My heart raced, my body trembling. The stranger's cold, pale eyes stared at me in the rearview mirror, his smile sending a chill down my spine. I couldn't remember when I'd gotten into his car or how long it had been since the road had turned dark and desolate. "Where are we going?" I whispered, my voice barely audible over the sound of the storm. He didn't answer, just kept driving through the endless night. A feeling of unease settled in my stomach, but I couldn't pinpoint why. Was it the way his fingers gripped the steering wheel, unnaturally tight? Or the fact that his silence seemed too deliberate? Suddenly, the headlights flickered, and for a split second, I saw something in the woods. A dark figure standing still, just watching. The hairs on my neck stood up. Was it real? I blinked, and it was gone. I thought about jumping out, running into the night. But then I remembered what had happened earlier. I'd been stranded on the side of the road after my car broke down. The rain had come down hard, and there was no sign of help. When his car appeared out of nowhere, I'd hesitated for a moment, but desperation won. I accepted his offer to give me a lift. But now, I regretted it. I needed to get out, but something about the man felt wrong. "Where are we going?" I repeated, louder this time. The silence was unbearable. He finally spoke, his voice flat. "Where do you think?" Suddenly, the car swerved. The tires screamed as the car veered off the road, and I braced myself, expecting the worst. The car came to a screeching halt. "Get out!" the stranger said, his voice cold and emotionless. I scrambled out of the car, barely able to stand on shaky legs. The rain poured down harder now, but the cold, eerie silence around us made the storm feel distant. The stranger remained in the car, watching me through the window, his gaze unwavering. I turned and saw the shape in the woods again. This time, it was closer. A figure, hunched over, watching. My blood ran cold. I ran. My breath came in gasps as I stumbled through the dark, the rain blurring my vision. I could hear the man's voice in my ear, faint whispers calling my name. Suddenly, I felt a hand on my shoulder. I spun around, but no one was there. The stranger's car was gone, and I was alone, lost in the storm, with no memory of how I had gotten here. The night had started innocently enough. I was on my way to visit a friend, but then the storm hit. My car broke down in the middle of nowhere, with no one around to help. My phone had no signal. I'd been walking for what felt like hours when the stranger's car appeared, headlights cutting through the storm. He was kind, or at least he seemed to be. At first, he had offered me a warm drink, some small talk, but then he became distant, cold, and those eyes. I should have known something was off. Now, standing alone in the woods, with nothing but the howling wind around me, I realized the truth. The stranger wasn't just a man. He wasn't even human. He was something else, something that preyed on lost souls, using their desperation to lure them in. As I look around, I realize I'm not alone. The woods are filled with eyes, watching me, waiting.